Hello! This is going to be the first video in a series that I plan on doing on Hades. It's a roguelike made by Supergiant Games. They made Bastion, Transistor, Pyre. It's definitely more hack and slashy than other roguelikes like, say, Isaac or Enter the Gungeon. As you can see, there's a variety of weapons. For the sake of this first run, I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm just going to do the basic sword, which is what you start out with. I'll get into the other aspects in future videos. But one thing that newer players won't have are these trinkets, which I'll explain as I go through. I'll be changing them up and selecting different ones and seeing what they do. But we're going to start with this one, which gives me gold at the start of my runs. I like that just so I can see how the run starts out. But with the sword, you've got your basic slash combos. You've got a heavy attack that slams on the ground, and obviously, if you've played the game, or if you haven't, you also have this cast, which can be augmented in the future, and it sticks these crystals in an enemy. But let's go ahead and get started on the first run. Don't worry about this screen. I'm not going to augment it in any way. We're going to do a nice basic run just to see. For those unfamiliar, that way they can see the basic premise of the game, but we'll go ahead and start. So similar to other roguelikes, there's multiple ways to augment your character. This is a much more rare way to augment your weapon, and it directly affects the moveset that your weapon has. So, let me see here. Thrust. I'm a big fan of attacks doing damage to armor, just because later in the run you run into a lot of enemies with armor, and being able to get through that armor is very beneficial. We're going to start out with some basic enemies. Ooh, a lot of good choices here, honestly. I can't go through this. This requires me to augment the run with that previous thing that I ignored. Not really going to worry about that right now. But you can see your rewards in the future rooms, which is really something I really like about this game, personally. Being able to know what you get, and on multiple paths, being able to pick something that augments your run in a good way, rather than just randomly getting everything, is it's always a plus for me. But these are boons for the game, and as you can see, this is Aphrodite. Each boon is assigned to a different god, so depending on the symbol, you can figure out what the god is. And they generally have the same premise, like you'll get Zeus, who strikes lightning. Aphrodite has this weak effect you can see right here on specials. And the different colors denote the different rarities. They'll just do different amounts of damage depending on the rarity. And then you can level them up later to make them even stronger. But, I mean, special doing more damage. I always like more damage. Nothing wrong with that. So yeah, early on, we're going to get a lot of basic rooms. You're going to see, like, if you're just starting out in the game, you're not going to be able to dash twice. You're not going to start with nearly as much health as I am right here, but that's okay. Oh, that was some bad damage there. But that's okay. I mean, it's all about learning. It's about playing, dying. Obviously, dying is a big part of the gameplay mechanics behind roguelikes, so. Oop. I think I'm looking for something to augment my basic attack, because as it stands right now, I don't just want to do the slam, though it is nice to have the increased damage on it. And as you can see right there, it said my max life went up. Again, if you're new to the game, you're not going to have a lot of these different things that really help your run come together. But that's okay. I don't know if it's even... It's probably possible to beat the game on your very first run, but I've really only gotten so far as the second area on the literal very first run. And I don't know if you noticed, but that enemy right there had a yellow health bar, which is the armor that I talked about earlier. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this boon, and I'm sure it's pretty easy to guess that this is Demeter is based around a lot of slowing effects, freezing effects, things like that. Right here, what I talked about earlier, that cast that I send out with the crystals, you can augment it right here in different ways. And since this is epic, and I don't know how I feel entirely about her cast, but I'm going to take it just for the sake of argument and show. See, now it becomes this laser, which doesn't just fire forward, it will track enemies, and you'll see that. But like I was saying, that earlier enemy had that yellow health bar, which means they can't be staggered by basic attacks, like this right here. They won't be staggered by basic attacks, and once you break the armor, they're stunned briefly. And I believe they take less damage from armor, unless you have a specific way of doing more damage to armor. Which, thankfully, we do, because we got it as our very first item. So right here, you can see the benefit of being able to see your rewards before you go into the rooms. The skulls tell you it's either going to be a mini boss or a slightly harder room than normal. And I think I'm going to go with Athena. I think for a lot of newer players, you can augment your dash. Ooh. I'm going to be honest, I don't really know how to fight this enemy other than like rushing it down and killing it as fast as possible. So you can see right there, I'm putting down that laser, which it'll track enemies. And yeah, we make quick work of it by being able to get rid of armor of enemies, which is gonna be a huge help in the future. So a lot of newer players, I think Athena is actually the first god that you run into whenever you start a new run, and this one right here, the dash deals damage and can deflect, I find is personally the best dash in the game. I think you don't need to upgrade it at all. It just makes it so every time you dash, you'll deflect bullets, and there's a very wide range around you that you will deflect bullets. It makes it a lot easier, so you don't have to just rely on the invincibility of your dash. You can rely on actually damaging enemies by sending their own projectiles back at them. So you can see right there, he swung even though I was... and him as well. They can attack even though I am hitting them. I'm just taking bad damage there. Because they have that armor, like I said. And early on, these rooms, they're really not too hard, especially the surviving ones. But I find it's pretty easy to get overwhelmed if your run doesn't come together early. And thankfully, I was lucky enough to find a lot of very good upgrades early on that makes this room pretty trivial, honestly. Yeah, just finish this up. I'll just run away.
Decidedly below my expectations.
So right there, obviously coins, gold. Eventually we'll run into a shop, and I can explain that. I mean, it's a shop. You buy things with gold. That's pretty simple. These right here are keys. They're used to unlock different upgrades in the mirror, which haven't really talked about. It's how you augment your character, and it's how you purchase different weapons, I believe. I think it's only a one-time fee, though, for weapons, if I remember correctly. And then, I'm going to be honest, after that point, after you unlock all the upgrades in the mirror for your character, and can start making those stronger with a different currency, and once you get every weapon, I really don't know if there's a reason to even have them. So right here, see, I can dash right into these bullets and send them right back at the enemy, which becomes very useful once you start getting enemies that fire multiple bullets, or bullets that poison you, because you can send those poison bullets right back at the enemy. Let's see here. So right here, I have a decision between the shop and getting more health. I don't think I put enough of an emphasis on health in general, to be honest, so I think I'm going to go with the health. Oh, okay, and that I honestly expected that to be the shop before the boss. They always give you the option of a shop or some form of an upgrade. Usually it's not a boon or a hammer that we got early on. Most of the time it's a basic currency, health, or a pomegranate, which we haven't seen yet. But those are how you upgrade the level of your boons. They don't increase in rarity as far as epic, rare, anything like that, but it'll go from level 1 to level 2, which slightly increases the effectiveness of the boon. So that's another thing that I don't think I put enough emphasis on in general. But since this is a basic run, there's really no, like, enemies don't have added armor or added perks or anything like that. This shouldn't be too bad, and it seems to be going pretty well early on. I'm not liking how they're staggered there. There. Probably shouldn't have gotten hit there, but that's another thing actually that really helps out that I haven't mentioned yet, is every time I go through a room, I'll actually heal for 3 HP. So as long as I'm doing these rooms taking minimal to no damage, I'll maintain a relatively healthy level, which is why it becomes so hard to do early runs and get through to further areas, because the amount of HP you have is stuck by... Ooh, okay. The amount of HP you have is a finite amount, unless you happen to find one of these, which is, they usually sell right here. You can sacrifice health to get gold, or they'll sell food so you can heal yourself, or items that last a few encounters. I'm not a big fan of buying stuff from here in general, unless I'm really low on health. And we have the choice here. We can either go for gold, or... if you're familiar with the Binding of Isaac, this is basically a devil deal. You pay health and go down here to, which I'm going to go ahead and do it. Why not? So I'll sacrifice some health to go into here, and you gain a boon that... I'll go ahead and wait and just explain it when we can see it. So you gain a boon that you gain some sort of negative attribute for a certain amount of encounters, 3, 4, as you can see, and then you get a bonus after that. So I'm thinking that I don't want to lower my life, but not earning gold for 3 encounters really isn't that bad, and it increases my attack damage. And with the sword, you mostly, and of course this is going to be the shop right before the boss, but with the sword you mostly want to be using your basic attack. It's not a whole lot of other reasons too. This is Aphrodite again. I'm definitely going to take that.
Dearest, you must know.
Ooh, and what you're seeing here is you have a chance, depending on the boons that you pick, to get a duo boon, which it has a benefit of both gods, realistically. Your cast gains any bonuses you have for striking foes from behind. I don't think I'm a big fan of that, just because I'm not... Again, I don't know how I feel about the Demeter cast. We might end up getting rid of that, but right now I'm going to augment my attack. Just 50% better, and it increases weak. This is basically an Animal Crossing fishing spot. You can catch fish, turn them in at the end of your run, and each fish, or whatever you catch, gives you a different amount of currency. So we'll wait. Cool.
A sea creature.
This thing right here, this reddish gold, this is a pomegranate. It always looks like it's smiling when I look at it. I'm gonna go ahead and buy that just to make one of my boons better. I'm not gonna upgrade the dash probably ever, because really the benefit of it is the deflect, not the damage. And there's the cast, so I'm definitely gonna go and upgrade the attack. And as you can see, it goes from 50 to 70%, which is it's a pretty sizable increase. So go ahead and talk. Lore. Yeah. Okay. So normally you would gain a specific currency for the boss, but since I've already actually done a run with the base sword, it's just going to be darkness, which is the currency that you use to spend in the mirror to upgrade each attribute on your character. Yeah, lore.
You know.
Okay. We've seen each other, we fought. Cool. Now what was I saying? Sorry. I don't know why I'm focusing so hard. This fight's really not that hard. The darkness, I definitely could use because there are certain perks that I haven't unlocked. Or, not that I haven't unlocked, but ooh. And you can see right here how the deflect dash is useful in pretty much every circumstance. But getting the bonus darkness is definitely going to help make my future runs easier. I'm taking some bad damage here. I don't know. Don't throw these bad boys down. This boss fight definitely isn't too bad. I'm just taking a bunch of silly damage right here. But that's okay, we should be able to heal it up afterwards. get to a relatively comfortable level of health. I really don't have that much health right now.
Yes.
And the darkness, that's going to give me 5 extra health. That's another bonus of the, a bonus of the mirror. These gems are used to buy cosmetics around the hub area, but you can upgrade them to also give you gold, which I can't gain gold right now because of that chaos boon that I took earlier, but I believe it gives 10 to 20 gold, which can add up, honestly. Like, gaining gold is always a good thing. So right here in between levels, you get a fountain to heal. You can augment your starting trinket, which I'm definitely going to do. These red pools are where you can sell boons, so if you don't want one, which I might honestly get rid of the crystal beam. I'm going to do it. I don't really like the crystal beam, honestly. And then the purple ones you can buy. See, you can restore health, you can gain some gems, deal bonus damage to armor. Different bonuses. So right here, since this is only a once per escape, I've already gotten the bonus gold from this coin purse, so I don't need to keep it on. I can change to other things. I think since we are looking for a good cast, I'm gonna take this Artemis trinket, which will make sure the next boon that I find will be from Artemis, and it has a chance of being rare or better, which is good because her cast tends to be really good. I'm gonna be honest, I tend to favor Artemis over a lot of other gods. Ugh, gonna go ahead and hydrate.
This heat.
That is lava. If I would stand in it, I would start taking damage at an increased rate.
Interrupting something.
I probably don't even need to cast, honestly. Like, ooh. You can also do that. If you noticed, I deflected their bombs in the air, which I don't really want to test it, but bad damage there. I don't think they can. Yeah, if you deflect something, they can't hurt you. Like right there, I deflected it and dashed back into it just to make sure. I'm gonna pretty much avoid keys no matter what, because I don't really have any purpose for them. I'll take the darkness. Gives me currency, gives me health. I think all of that is beneficial. I tend to not be very good at these close range weapons, to be honest. This and the other close range weapon, which I won't focus on too much. I don't know, I find I spend too much time in the fray and don't really give myself enough time to dodge or pay attention to attack patterns a whole lot. I'm definitely enjoying being able to do a lot of damage to their armor.
The curse of chaos has been lifted.
So right now, what was it? Attack deals more damage, that's what it was. And we can gain gold again, finally, which I don't see. Sometimes there's pots laying around with some gold in them, but I don't see any right now. I could do this, which will spawn a wave of enemies and potentially gain 150 darkness. I don't think it's really worth it, honestly. I don't have a whole lot of gold, so I'm not going to go for the shop right there, that money bag. And getting some extra health is definitely going to be a good thing. Especially if I just keep taking damage randomly, as I have been. I could definitely use another cast, because this one only doing 50 damage really doesn't do a whole lot for me. From a range, this cast can be good, like in situations like that where they have a sliver of health. I just want something with a little more damage, and Artemis is going to give me exactly that. Potentially. I guess there's always a chance that she doesn't, but... Oh, this is a boss. Okay. So this is newer. I know it was in one of the previous updates, but this is where the deflect dash just becomes ridiculous. Like they stand literally no chance. Just oh. Oh, taking dumb damage there. You know, I sounded really cocky at the start, and then the damage started flying in, and I really just need to get in there and fight it. Get out of there. Okay.
No hard feelings.
Hey, I once heard.
Lore.
Yes.
Okay. So her cast is very similar to the one I have right now. I think it moves a little bit faster, but the fact that it does increase damage and has a chance to do critical damage, definitely a big thing. I kind of want to take her call though. They're both extremely good, and the call is like it's like a guaranteed win, and it's epic. I'll go and take the call. So the call is a mechanic which we haven't ran into yet. And as you can see in the bottom left corner, not right now, obviously, there's nothing in the bottom left corner. There's now 5 little bars under my health and those 3 circles, which I can explain what those are too. As I attack or take damage, that bar will it'll increase. And once it's full, which we might get it on this room, I can use a basic call to, for Artemis, it summons one arrow, I think, just on the basic one. But if you, holy crap, if you let it fill up all the way, see, an arrow shot out. If you let it fill up all the way, Artemis will fire a volley of arrows that do way more damage and have a chance of critting. That was close. A lot of bullets on the screen right now. But I tend to find that if you're in a boss fight and you get your greater call, and right there, plus 20 gold every time I pick up gems. If I get a greater call, then I find that it pretty much takes like half the boss's health away. We have a choice between gold and Hermes. That's what that symbol is. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think there's really ever a time that I see a Hermes boon and don't take it. Rather than augmenting the damage or the effects that your weapons do, Hermes is going to augment how fast you can do things, or how fast you can move, literally. How fast you can attack, how fast you can cast. He's got a few other useful boons that I really like, and honestly, it's very rare for me to take a Hermes boon and not find something that I really want. And there's the call. The fact that it can crit just makes it so good. Where's this last guy? Oh, there. Oh, it's a Gorgon. Ah! That was terrible. Oh, that was so bad.
Are you ready for this, boss? Anyway.
All right. So, yeah, they can drop the crystals faster, which we're not really worried about that. Hold cast to fire in rapid succession. I'm a big fan of that one.
Time to go.
Especially if I'm fishing for an Artemis boon. I think this is going to be the boss, because it always gives you the choice between the shop or some health or an upgrade of some sort. I'm going to go with the shop, because I'm going to hope that he has an Artemis boon and I can get her cast as well. Start shooting off arrows really fast. And we got it. Assuming Artemis has the boon.
This means
Oh, yeah, it does. Support fire is really good too, but I think I need to augment my cast at the very least. I'm gonna buy out the shop, honestly. Do I need this? It heals me to full. Yeah, it's 50 gold. I'm gonna risk it. I don't think it's that risky of a choice, honestly. It's just the Hydra.
I'm back, Lenny, to kill you once again.
I can never remember what the different like hairstyles on it actually mean. Well, this one clearly shoots out lava. They all do something different, and then the second time they attack, they'll slam on the ground. I don't know if this one does anything more than spit out lava, or if it's just always varying degrees of lava spitting. Which is kind of obnoxious, to be honest. Ah! Okay, yeah, it's actually extremely obnoxious. Ah! I just cannot stop taking damage here. Yeah, I'm just gonna get in there and fight him. Hopefully we'll be able to get the greater call on this wave, and I'll be able to show off how much damage it does, honestly. Ah, I'm on fire! Help! There it is, the greater call. Probably because I'm taking so much damage, to be honest. Oh, crap.
Now we're talking.
I want to kill off on the enemies and see how much damage this is actually going to do to him. Let's find out.
I have them in my sights.
Once the arrows actually hit, yeah, you can see right there, it took 1/3 of his health away. So, more money, more darkness, more life. It's all good. And we'll get to heal right now as well.
Still there, are you?
Seems that way.
Since we have 2 Aphrodite boons, I think I'm going to try and fish for another one just to try and make the weak effects better.
Onward then.
Because again, we don't really need to worry about the dash. The deflect is good enough. There's only 4 areas in the game, which I say only, but, you know, sometimes it feels like one of them can be extremely long. I think... I always forget that I can alter rewards, and I think I'm going to see what it will give me. No choice here. Absolutely always taking this one right here. The gold is nice, don't get me wrong, but I think knowing the reward that I get will be good. I'm really not doing that much damage. You know, maybe I should have gone for that pomegranate because I don't seem to be doing a whole lot of damage right now.
Time to collect.
Early rooms really aren't too bad though. After using a call. Yeah, but I'm gonna save that till the end. After you dash, briefly become sturdy. That's not bad. I mean, why not?
The pace.
Oh, and it makes me faster. I don't think there's... I know I just said I should take the pomegranate, but honestly, augmenting my weapon could really, really benefit. I think Daedalus hammers are really high on the priority list to take, to be honest. Those little spirits that come out of the enemies will float towards these weapons, depending on, I mean, what enemies you've killed. And they can actually respawn as the same enemy. So if they pick up a spear, they'll respawn as a spear enemy. There are bows, shields, swords. You definitely want to kill those SAP. I haven't taken these. That little scroll symbol right there is for the prophecy in your room. After a few runs, it's like quests, basically. I don't know what this one does. 25 base damage per hit. I just wonder how fast it is. I might try it. Why not?
My blade grows stronger.
We'll see what happens. Ooh, earning gold. I'm gonna take it. Turning into that gold
Wretches, take it
earlier.
now.
I definitely could see this being a benefit. Oops. I don't know how I feel about this.
Damnable fools.
See what
Cheers,
happens.
Father.
It doesn't seem that bad. Right here, this is an example of that skull appearing without it actually being a mini-boss. And being 2 boons, I'm not turning that down either. Though one of them's Demeter, and I'm not a huge... I think I'm going to take the Demeter one because I think it's easier to fight against Aphrodite than it is Demeter. Oh, cool. Whenever you cast, damage foes around you. It's not bad.
If it's your wish to test them.
I think she fires a heart around the arena, doesn't she? That, like, charms you after a while.
She can't stay mad forever.
Yep, there it is. Holy crap. Avoiding that heart is so difficult. You can dash through. Oh, does my deflect break it? Ah, she got me. Right here is where that doing bonus damage to armor is definitely paying off.
It is through times of difficulty that the love.
Okay, let's see what she gives me. Weak effects have a longer duration. I guess after I take damage. I don't plan on taking damage, but it's beneficial if I do. Ooh. It's also the easier room. This isn't a big Athena run, so. I don't know how I feel about this flurry slash thing. God, I hate shield people. Just run at them. Ah, he was trying to respawn. I can't get around. There we go. Got him. Oh boy, do I hate those shield people. Ooh, epic support fire. That's a huge amount of bonus damage. Critical effects do more damage. I don't think it's epic. It's support fire. I don't think you can really turn it down. I'm gonna go with more health, though. I think I'm taking way too much damage for this to be a good thing. Yeah, those arrows coming out are a big help, but I think I just feel a little weak right now, and it might be the fact that I'm not taking like any pomegranates. Probably too much of an emphasis on boons. Man, I hope Charon has some food for me. This probably is the shop.
She'll keep me going.
If I had to guess, anyway. Yeah, it's between Aphrodite and a shop. I don't think there's a situation where I take... Ooh, a fishing spot's here. Is that what that sound is? Nice boat. Yeah, there it is. I see it. I find it really hard to, one, to see them on this level, but also, I really never listen for the sound, I'm gonna be honest. I don't have any help. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this. If you borrow 300 from him, you fight him as a boss, and oh, this was a mid shop. It wasn't even like a final one. I'm gonna take this, upgrade one of my things. Sport Fire level up isn't bad. I don't think an Athena boon's good enough. And I keep saying I need to take some pomegranates. I'm gonna start doing it. I gotta be getting close to the boss though. Yeah, attack dealing more damage seems good. That's a lot of extra damage.
Zesty.
Oh, same choice. Let's do it again. Why not?
I hear something. I have returned.
Okay.
Let's see who's better at this, Zagreus.
So this is sort of a mini game to see who can kill more enemies, and it's really good in this area since the spirits that these guys drop count as an enemy and they're so easy to kill. So if he kills a guy, it's fine because the spirit is still dropped. Never mind. Maybe that was changed. That might have actually been changed now that I'm experiencing this. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but... Holy crap! Please be done, thank you. And if you beat him, you gain... He will drop health after this, but I definitely want to... He'll drop some health for me, so thankfully I got both of the rewards. Probably a shop, yeah. This has to be right before the boss. I'm really hoping there's food in here. Oh, thank you.
Should help keep me going.
Get some max health too. I don't want to take any Athena boons. I don't think they're worth it. Okay, so right here, we're gonna have a fight with two different enemies. It doesn't always work this way, but in my experience, it's much easier to focus on the bull first. since Theseus will just constantly throw spears at you, you can kind of just watch for the little icon on yourself and avoid his spears like that. I know he's got two of my casts stuck in him, I believe. Ah! Go away. I'm an expert at taking damage, I'll tell you that. Come on, slam it. There you go. I'm just gonna put some damage on him. Oh god.
Your presence is a stain upon the dew. Face me.
Oh my god. Something about getting him to run into stuff whenever he does that is kind of difficult at times. So now he's really only got two moves that I have to watch out for. Spear throw, which I can deflect, thankfully. And also get hit by it. That's good too. And he'll spin around in a circle, which I think he did earlier. Like that. You just dodge through him. Once he gets to half health, he'll call a different god to help him out. I'm going to go ahead and use my greater call though. See how much... it didn't do as much damage as I thought it would. And now that god will randomly help him out. I haven't looked up whether this is true or not, but I believe it's a... oh my god, he put Doom on me. I didn't know he actually gets status effects of them. I haven't looked it up, but I believe it's a god that hasn't shown up in your run yet.
That'll teach him.
I don't know if you can use the same god or not. I don't know. It's something I'd have to look up, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so for the last area, which is coming up, I usually, just for safety reasons, I usually like to take this, which when I die, it'll revive me with 100 extra health, 100 health, not extra health. But you can see above my health bar, I added another little circle down there. Each of those faces, not the skull one comes from the tooth, but each face is a revive that I can use to come back. Again, upgrades you get from the mirror. Eventually you get them all. Just takes some time.
Gods grant me a swift saint attack.
I wouldn't say this area is extremely hard, depending on your run. But there are definitely times where it's come down to the last life for me on the boss, and it becomes extremely close. So the revives are definitely helpful. This whole area is not linear like the other areas. You get to choose your path. You're looking for a bag that you can feed to Cerberus, who's blocking you from leaving. And it's in one of these randomly. I'm not going to take either of these skulls right away, just because gold doesn't interest me a whole lot. And Artemis, if it comes down to it, I'll take the Artemis boon. But for now, I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take the pomegranate.
Maybe it's in here.
I'll probably go pomegranate, grab some health, and then after the health, I will have to go for the harder areas with the skulls. One big mechanic in this area is enemies dropping poison, which these fountains will heal if you do get poisoned. Otherwise, your health will continually tick down. And I don't think I talked about this earlier, but randomly, urns will be gold, and if you break them, they'll give you bonus gold.
Hi.
Oop. Probably one of the more annoying enemies in the game right there. You could hear him winding up his blow dart, which he spits out and poisons you. I find it extremely... right here, these guys. See? Poison blow dart. But you can hit it back at them and poison them with their own dart. I just get too focused on the action and forget and get poisoned quite often. So you go through about... you go through 3 or... oh, right there. There's the poison. You go through 3 or 4 rooms, and then after the final one, this could potentially be the Satyr Sack, which will end the run. It's not, so we gotta fight through some enemies and then pick a different route. Oh my god. So much damage.
Come on then. Not had enough yet.
Oh, that didn't hit anything. I don't know if that's hitting or if it's the arrows that we're hitting there, but it worked out.
Delicious.
Ooh, upgrading. I think just upgrading attack. I just need to do more damage, to be honest. Doesn't appear to be any golden urns around here. So, we'll move on. Ooh, I heard the sound that time.
Working on getting
Fish.
you a treat still, boy. You're mine.
Cool.
I am victorious.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with health this time.
Here goes.
God, I hate these guys. I don't know if this flurry slash even stuns enemies when they have red health. It feels like it does sometimes, and then other times it doesn't. I don't know. Yeah, it does. I just don't do that much damage. I think it's because I took the flurry slash, and it does, I believe, less base damage. Or it feels like less base damage anyway. Oh, there it is. Okay. So there, I can see a lot of sparkling golden urns in here. But you get the Satyr Sack to give to Cerberus. You get the, whatever reward was at the end of it. And you also get a fountain to heal you, which I didn't actually... I wasn't missing that much health, which I'm surprised. It felt like I got poisoned for way longer. And you get a final shop here for Charon. I think I'm gonna... This anvil is a relatively new item, but I think now is a really good time for me to take it. Because both of my Daedalus upgrades don't really help on the boss. Like, losing Flurry Slash isn't that bad. And he doesn't... Well, he summons things with armor. I don't think I'm going to take it. I think I'm going to hold off.
I'll take this one.
God Gauge charges up faster. You do crits. Crits do more damage. I mean, why not? That'll help with the Greater Call. And then I can take... I have 495, so I could take both pomegranates, which I think is a good idea.
Delicious.
These upgrade 2 levels. So, yeah, I think my cast doing more damage. That's solid. And then... shield damage, I guess. I don't know. I don't think any of those are really carrying me. I think it's just generally just give me an upgrade and I'm good.
Thank you, boy.
So, this is the final boss. Big surprise, the game named Hades. The final boss is Hades.
Every blasted time.
No matter how many times you try.
I've beaten him like a lot. I don't know why he would. He combines a lot of mechanics from previous bosses. The spin from Theseus right there. He's got a projectile, which is another reason. Oh my god! Which is another reason why. I find that deflect dash is really good. Okay. Every third, he goes ahead and summons enemies.
You know exactly what it's going to take.
That was surprising. Taking a lot of damage for no reason.
I thought Achilles taught you to be quick.
Oh my god, there's so much going on right now.
Nowhere to hide from me.
Oh my god. That's only phase 1. Just doesn't feel like I'm doing a whole lot of damage, honestly. Oh god. Oh, there's one revive.
Bloody darkness.
You're going back.
Oh my god. Taking damage for it. Let's hope this does a lot.
Picked up their scent.
Did not get nearly as much as I thought it would.
I'm out.
I don't feel good about this victory. It's going to be a win nonetheless.
Full blast.
Yeah. The crits just ended up being too much damage for him.
Blast.
Goodbye, Father. In the name of Hades,
Well, so that's an entire run. From this point forward, there's pretty much a spoiler effect in the wings. I'll go ahead and let it play out, let it go to the death screen, back to the hub, but that's going to be all from me. Hopefully, see you next time.
Come on up. I caught a bass. I'm here.
Zagreus?
I'm here.
Son, I have to ask you, how much...
I think I know quite a bit by now. I've been in steady contact with Athena, Zeus, and other members of the family ever since I first left Father's house. They've been this...
No. Zagreus, what have you done?
No, they think I'm trying to escape from Father so that I can join them on their mountaintop.
But then, does Hades know of this?
He does. Both he and Nyx. In fact, it's Nyx who put me and Olympus into
So Nyx and Hades are against each other then? And Olympus is helping you?
That's right, more or less. Nyx and Father seem to put up with each other. Don't seem to have much of a choice. Though ever since I learned of you, Nyx has been helping me to find you. Well,
That fool. What was he thinking? What is he thinking? Do you suppose...
I think...
Vindictiveness runs in the family, my son.
When I return... Wonder if I can get out even faster.